Good morning all. Today we are going to say about 5th unit in your Python. Okay, the 5th unit will cover lists, tuples and dictionaries. So in the list, under this list we are going to say about list operations, slices, methods, loop, mutability, aliasing, cloning and list parameters. Under tuples we are going to say about our tuple assignments, tuple as a return values. Okay. Under dictionary we are going to say about operations and methods. In advanced list processing, we are going to say about list comprehensions. First, list. List is nothing but a collection of different data types. Okay, within a square bracket, each elements will be separated by a comma here. Okay, either we can have a same data type elements or in a different data types elements. It is a mutable here, so that we can able to change the list elements, update, insert. All this processing we can be done in a list. So the sum of the operations we have listed here will be indexing, slicing, concatenation, repetition, updating, membership and comparison. These are the sum of the operations in the list here. I have given some example for list. Here only the digit data type will be given here. Okay. So here I have A is nothing but a list name, and I have elements called 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. It will be enclosed in a square bracket. Each element is separated by a comma here. So index is nothing but the index value will be start from 0 here. So the first element will be represent the index number 0, second element will represent the index number 1 and third element will represent the index number 2 here. So like that indexing will go. So we can able to access an element using indexing here. If I want to access an element 2, I can give a of 0 here, so that I can able to access an element 2 here. So slicing is nothing but a sublist here. We can take a sublist element, so that we can give a range of starting element, colon and then the ending element. So it will start from starting element and it will print before the ending element here. Okay, that is for example 0 colon 3, right? So 0 will represent first element and for second element 1, 2. So up to 2, 3, 4 will be printed using slicing of phrase 0 goes to 3 here. So concatenation, here we are using a plus operator to concatenate two lists here. I have one more list called B is equal to 20, 30 here. Here I am going to using concatenation operation A plus list B. So I can get a result as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 and 30. Okay. So repetition is nothing but I am going to repeat number of elements in the particular list using a star operator here. See, I given a star 3 here, so that it will repeat it 3 times, 20, 30, 30, 20, 30, 20, 30. Since it's a mutable, you can able to update the elements in the list here. I am going to update the element in the second index position. So what is the second index number? 0, 1, 2. So I am going to update 4, instead of 4 I am going to update as 100 here. Okay. So the list will contains 2, 3, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 here. Okay. So membership operator is used to check whether the particular element is available in the list or not. Here the membership operator will be in and not in here. I just using in 5 in A. So 5 is available in the list, so I get a result as a true. If I get using for example 5 not in A, so 5 is available in the list, so it will get a false as a result here. So comparison operator, here I am just using E double equal to, so I just comparing a list A and list B here, whether the particular list A is equal to B. No, right? So I get a result as a false here. So next we have some of the methods are listed here. The list method will be accessed by using list name dot method name. I am going to call a function method. Within the method I can either pass a element here, index or a list here. Okay. So for some of the list methods are listed here. First will be a dot append. In that I am just passing a parameter as a element here. So append is used to add an element in the list at the end of the list. Okay, add a new element at the end of the list here. So here I already have a list A. Within the list I have elements 1 to 5. So in that one I just try to append element 6 at the end of the list here. So I just getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I can able to insert an element. So insert operation is used to insert element in a particular position here. So that I need to give an index number along with the element here. I just giving a element index number as 0 and element as a 0 here. So it will add insert in the first position. The element which are available in the first position is moving to the next position in a forward direction. Okay, so one will be moved to a position position 1 first position, and 2 will be moved to the third index position. Okay, so like that will moving, and I have a free space at the in position number 0, and 0 element is inserted in the particular position here. So index function is index method is used to get the index position or index value of the particular element. If I am going to pass the element 4, so I can get the index number of 4. Already I have a 0, right? So 0 is the index number 0. So that I can get a index number as a 4 here. So a dot reverse, if I call a function reverse, call a method reverse, it will reverse the element. So already I have element size 0 to 6, right? So it will be reversed, printed here 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 here. So sort is used to sort in the list elements in ascending order. So that if I will get a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So pop method is used to pop an element. If I didn't pass any parameter here, only pop function is called, then I can it will delete the last element in the list. If I am going to pass some index number here, it will delete the particular index position value. For example, I have passed 0. So 0th position I have a 0 element, right? So it will delete the 0 element here. So remove is a function. That is also to remove an element here. Here pop function, pop method I am going to pass a index value as a parameter. In remove I am going to pass a element as a parameter here. Okay. So that what happens, I just pass the element 1 here. So the first element will be deleted here. Now the list will contains 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. If I am going to give a clear list, so it will clear all the elements, delete all the elements in the list, and will I get a empty list here. Okay. If I am going to call a method called del, it will delete the list itself, so that list is not more available in the available. If I am going to access a list after del method, it will give an error message that a list will be not available here. Okay, the particular name with the list is not available here. So next will be list loops. So we have three types of loops. One is for loop, while loop, infinite loop. Infinite loop, it will run infinitely without stopping here. While loop is as usual. So here we have a list. Okay, in that I am just initializing I value and some value here and checking the conditions. So if I am just taking the length of a up to the length of the list values available in the list, the loop will be running here. Here I am going to sum the list. Okay, sum of list elements will be I am going to find here. So that I am going to access the first element, say a of 5, I get the first element, say of 0, 0th position I will get a 1. So some 1 will be added to the sum here. Same way second it will be incremented, and it will get the a of 1. A of 1 I have a 2, it will add to 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2, 3. So like that it will add all the elements and get a sum value as a 15 here. So the only changes in the list will be for loop. So for loop I can for a list sequence all of we can have a syntax called for val in sequence. That is, so for example I have a list called a is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So for I in a, so it will directly take a element here. Instead of taking the index value, it will directly take an element here. So I in a, it will take first element in a, so 10, so it will print element 10 here, and then it will move on to a next element. So next element is 20 is taken in I value, and then print 20, and the next time it will take 30 in A, it will print a 30 here. Next time 40 in E, and it will print a 40 here. Next time 50 in E, it will print a 50 here. Okay, like this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 will be printed using a list loop here. Okay, so until elements in the list, it will be the loop will be running. If the elements is not available in the list, it will with the loop here. Okay, so next is the main topic will be aliasing and cloning. So aliasing, so though both will have a copy of list, but what is the difference between aliasing and cloning here? So aliasing will have a copy of a list, that is we have two lists, okay, the same content of the list with a different name. For example, for a any person, we have a name, right? And also we have some pet name, right? So but both the names will represent the particular person alone. Okay, same way this is aliasing here. Okay, so cloning is that we have a Xerox copy of the particular person. Okay, so but two persons, so we have two persons here. Okay, so we are going to create a model based with the person 1, and I'm going to create a new model as a person 2, but two more will have same values, but the two persons are different here, so that we can have a cloning here. So aliasing is nothing but having different names for same list values. That is, we are going to create a copy of list alone. For example, if we are going to see a is equal to 1 to 5, I can have a list values. I am going to assign a value as a b equal to a, so that I can get, if I am going to print b also contains the same value as 1 to 5 here. Okay, if I am going to check a is in b, yes, is operator is nothing but identity operator. What the identity operator will do means, it will check here whether the two elements are equal, not in the value, it also should be equal in the same, it will also represent same memory locations, then only it will give a true value here. So the both a and b represent the same memory locations here, so I get the value as a true here, result as a true here. Okay, that is only one list will be available with the two different names, a and b as a two different names here. Okay, if I am going to update anything here, so I am going to update a of 0 equal to 100, in 0th position instead of 1 I can get a 100 here. So if I am going to print a and b, both they will have a same list as 100 comma 2. If I am going to change anything in a, it will also reflect in b also. Since it will have only one list, it will represent with the two different names, right? So that if any changes in one list will be affect the other list in aliasing here. So cloning is nothing but process of making copy of a list without modifying the original list. We didn't modify any thing in the original list here. Okay, if we are going to change in one list, it will not affect the another list also. Here cloning can be done in three methods. One is slicing, next is using lister method, another using a copy method here. I have a list called 1 to 5 here, list elements called 1 to 5. So by b is equal to a of within square bracket, I just giving colon means it will copy whole content and it will be save it in a value as b. So but a will be in a different memory location and b will be in different memory location. If I am going to change a value, it will not reflect in b. If I am going to change b value, it will not reflect in a here. Same way I can going to call a list method here, list of a here. Okay, I am passing a list value here, so it will be created in a it will be saved in a C. So same, I can use a copy function here, copy method here, a dot copy, it will copy the whole list into a D. So in this same method, if I am going to change a list A, it will not affect in B, C, D. If I am going to change BCD, the list BCD, it will not affect in A here. Okay. List as a parameter. So next topic, list as a parameter. Here arguments are passed by reference here. Instead of passing by value, here the list will be passed as a reference here. So passing as list action usually passes a reference to the list, not a copy of the list here. For example, here I have a list called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay. So and then I am going to call a function called remove of A here. Okay. So here I just passing a list as a reference here. I didn't pass the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I just passing the address of the particular list stored in a memory location. So only reference is passed here. So here I just remove element 1 here by calling a remove method here. So the 1 will be removed in the memory location itself. So and then after removing, I is going to print a, it will be printed at 2, 3, 4, 5. So here only we are going to access passing a memory locations instead of passing a value here. So this we can call it as a list as a parameters here. Okay. Next topic will be tuples. So tuple is nothing but same as a list, but only will difference will be tuples cannot be made. Tuple is immutable here. So there is no changes can be done in the tuples here. Okay. But the operations in the tuples will be same as in the list. The indexing, slicing, concatenation, repetition, membership and comparison. That we can do a updation. Here updation will not be available here. Okay. So and the one more difference will be the tuple will be enclosed within the parenthesis here. Here also the elements will be separated by comma here. Okay. So some of the tuple methods, say tuple methods includes index. Okay, so first method is it. So here only the changes, that is insert, update, remove, pop, clear, those will not be included in a tuple since it's immutable, right? So some of the methods will be, first method will be index, a dot index. So here index, here in index we are just passing an element here. For example, here just giving a is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, right? So this will be enclosed in a parenthesis here. So I just calling a index method. I am just passing a element here. This will work as same as in the list here. It will return the index position of the 5 element 5. So what is index position? 0 1 2 3 4. So it will return a value as a 4 here. If I am going to give a dot count of tuple, I am going to pass here. Okay, here I so in the here is what is it will count here. Here not a tuple, it will need to pass a element here. Say I am going to pass a element 3. So if I am going to pass a element 3, it will check whether the particular element available in how many times in here. So here only one times is available. So the value I give it will be 1 here. If I am going to give a length of tuple here, so then I get how many length, the length of the tuple here, 1 2 3 4 5. So the length will be 5 here. So if I calling a min of tuple, so minimum element will be 1 will be printer, max of tuple and maximum element will be 5. I can able to delete the tuple, not clear the tuple. Okay, so elements in the tuple will not be changed here. Okay, but I can able to delete the tuple. So if I am going to delete the tuple, and then if I am going to access the particular tuple, an error message will be given here. The only elements cannot be changed, so that we can call it as an immutable here. Okay. So here the three main topic will be assignments, tuple assignments. So first one, tuple assignments. Choose by the assignments, we have multiple values can be assigned to a multiple variables here. For example, I have a comma b comma c is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Instead of giving a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 and c is equal to 3, in single line of statements I can assign how many variables, multiple values with the multiple variables with the multiple values here. Okay, so that I can get a is equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c is equal to 3. And also you can using for swapping also we can using this tuple assignment. Here I can have a equal to 20 and b equal to 50. So here I can give a comma b is equal to b comma a. So that value gets swapped here. So a will contain 50 and b will contain a 20 here. So instead of doing 2 to 3 lines of steps using a temporary variables, I can give it in a can swap elements in a single step using a tuple assignments here. So next main two topics will be tuple as a return value and tuple as a argument here. So we can return more than one values using from a function, okay, using tuple as a return values. So for example, I have a is equal to 10, b equal to 10. I just calling a function called div a comma b here. Okay, here I can pass a 10 comma 20. So r is equal to 10 more or less 20. I can get a remainder as 0. Okay, and then 10 more or less 20. I can remainder as a quotient here, right? So 2. So 2 will be then. So here I return more than 2 values, or comma q. Okay, so this we can call it as a tuple as a return values. So we can get it in r comma q and we can print it separately in r value, remainder value and quotient value here. This we can call it as a return. So more than one values can be written in a using a tuple return, tuple as a tuple values. Okay, and arguments. So we can also pass more than one values. Okay, as a for single variable I can pass more than one values for as a argument here. For example, here I have a function called print all. Here I can have a positive tuples 2 comma 3 comma and a is a some string here. Okay, I just passing this argument. Here I am going to get in the only one argument. Okay, so if I am going to get one because I need to represent it with the star. Before that I need to represent star, so that it will represent, it will going to get a more than one values here. So this we can call a variable and parameter here. So this argument will get 2 comma 3 comma e and it will print all the values here. This we can say is it a tuple as a argument. So tuple as a return value means it will return more than one values. Tuple as a argument means one argument will get more than one values. This is the tuple as a argument here. Next we can see about dictionaries. So dictionaries we have operations like it is also mutable here. We can access an element, update an element, add an element. We can use a membership operations here. So dictionary is enclosed by it will also contains elements, but it will have a key value per. So key colon value. Here instead of accessing using index value, here we are going to access dictionary values using a key here. Okay, it will be enclosed in a curly braces. Okay, so key value pair will be represented here. So first the dictionary name will be A. I am going to access an element using a key here, A of 1. So I can get a value as a ONE1. Okay, number name 1 will be printed here. So in list and tuples I can access each and every element using index value. Here I am going to access an element using a key value here. Okay. So here key should be immutable, so that the tuple elements can be used as a key in a dictionary here. Okay. So and it should be it can be unordered here. So okay, using key only we are going to access it, so it can be unordered here. So update, how can you here updation also need to perform using a key value. In list we are updating using index value, right? Here dictionary you are going to update a value using a key here. I am going to access element using key A of 1 is equal to 1. Instead of OE1 I can get capital OE1 here. If I am going to add an element, I can add element at the end. Okay, A of 3 is equal to 3. So I have a 1 and 2, 2 and then third element is added here. Okay, so here I can give a key value as a numbers or it is string. So this should be immutable, right? This string is immutable, numbers are immutable, so that I can give as a numbers or string value as a dictionary value here. Okay, so membership operator, here I can give 1 2 3, right? So I need to check using a key value here. So 1 in A, yes, the particular key is available in particular dictionary, so it will give a true value here. Okay, so next methods here. So here also some of the methods. Here only I just listed some few methods alone. So first method will be a dot copy of a method. So it will I have a dictionary called A is equal to 1 2 and 3 with key values and 1 2 3 as a value, number name as a value here. Okay, so I am to copy B is equal to A dot copy. So this will copy the content of A in a B here. So I can get a as A and B value as the same with different memory locations here. If I need to have items, what are the items in the key? So it will give items. So key comma value pair. Okay, so 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, right? So items will return a key comma value pair will be written here. If I need to know only the keys of the particular dictionary, I need to give A dot take keys, so that I can get a key values here. If I need to get a values around, if I need to give a dot values, then I will get a only values around here. So same here, it's a mutable, right? So you can pop key value here. If I am going to A dot P key, so I am going to give a key value, the particular element will be popped here. So 3 will be popped here. Okay, so I can need to update here. You can update the dictionary. Okay, so I have a B is equal to 4.4. So I can just pass update of dictionary is passed here. So the particular dictionary is updated with 1 2 3 and 4 as a key value here. Okay, if I am going to call a method called len, so it will get 4 values in the particular dictionary. So I can get a value as 4. Clear, it will clear all the elements in the dictionary. So I can get a empty dictionary here. Del, it will delete the dictionary itself. If I am going to try to access the dictionary after del, it will say that a particular dictionary is not available here. It will send an error message. Okay, that's all about dictionary here. The last most topic will be advancing list. We have a list comprehension here. It says list comprehension with return a list here. Here just see syntax. List is equal to, you can create a list using a list comprehension. We can have expression and for loop and then if condition here. Okay, for example, I have an expression as just x alone. For x in range, I can given a range 1 comma 10. So the starting will be 1, ending value will be 9, right? And if condition, if x modulus of 2 equal to 0, okay, so it will check, okay, first range x value will be 1, right? 1 modulus of 2 is equal to 0, no, and then it will go to our next value 2 modulus of 2 is equal to yes, 0, okay. So then the particular condition 2 value will be printed here, and then it will check for 3 is modulus of equal to 0, no, and then it will go for 4 modulus of 2 is equal to 0 connects, and then it will go to x value is printed here 4, and then same value for 5 6. So only even numbers will be printed here, since modulus of 2, right? Only even numbers will be printed. So the list will contains 2 3 4 6 8, okay. So this one line of for loop and loop condition, using that we can get a result as a list, okay. Then it will call it as a list comprehensions. Thank you. That's all about unit 4. Thank you all.